Good afternoon, my loves. Welcome to Maverick Baking and welcome to another episode of Desserts of the World. Today, we're talking about Ghana, one of Africa's most populous countries and home to some truly world-famous West African dishes. Like many countries across the North African continent, Ghana is just insanely diverse. People of different backgrounds, different traditions, different religions. But one thing that seems to unite people across the nation is street food, and some very, very good street food at that. Today's recipe is one that appears to be a very popular kind of sweet treat or dessert street food snack that's seen across the country. And it contains just two ingredients: peanuts and sugar. Today we are talking about Nkate Cake. Nkate Cake is a very popular kind of sweet snack or dessert that is made by cooking melted caramelized sugar with some really finely chopped peanuts. You'll find it chewy, crunchy, sweet and salty all at the same time, meaning you just kind of keep going back for another piece and another piece and another piece, or at least I did. It's something that seems to be more often bought from street food markets or from stores rather than it is made at home, but it's one that's so speedy and simple that I had to try this one. I think what makes it stand out from a lot of other kind of Ghanaian street food recipes is just this simplicity and speed, as many of the other street food recipes or traditional recipes are things that just seem a lot more intricate, a lot more skilled and time consuming, something you really need physical strength and, a lot of understanding to bring together. Whereas Nkate Cake seems like this kind of fun and simple thing that you could make with everyone from young kids to older family members, and something that everyone will enjoy regardless. So I whipped up just a small batch of Nkate Cake for today's episode, and it was even better than pictures, videos and recipes had led me to believe. The best way to really put into words the taste and texture of this treat are to imagine you had a fistful of honey roasted salted peanuts and a fistful of toffee popcorn, and you combine them in your mouth at the same time. That's what it's like. Fireworks of sweet and savoury and crunchy all at once. And despite the kind of obvious heaviness of its two humble ingredients, it also makes a relatively light sweet snack if you're on the go. And of course, if you don't eat half the recipe like I did. I hope you'll find today's Desserts of the World episode as simple, speedy, but sumptuous as I did. Let's make some Nkate Cake. We begin our Nkate Cake recipe with the tastiest of the two ingredients, the peanuts. Now, I just used some ready roasted peanuts. These were already shelled, but they weren't salted. Of course, if you prefer unroasted, you can use those too. I just used what was kind of the most convenient and my preferred kind. Now, you can either use a big sharp knife to chop these or one of these little kind of chopper food processor things, and you can go as chunky or as fine as you like. I've seen some recipes where the peanuts are almost dusty and some where they're very chunky, so I went for a little mix of both. Next, you're going to want to measure out your sugar and then just pour it into a kind of classic stainless steel pan. These usually make better caramel than a kind of non-stick pan, and you're going to want to have high sides just so there's no kind of splashing of hot sugar around. And basically just over a low heat, allow the sugar to melt, stirring it regularly until it's all smooth and caramelized. Then you're going to pour in your crushed peanuts and just give it a stir. Now it will get pretty stiff at this point, but as soon as it's all combined, just pour it out onto some greaseproof paper, cover it with another layer and either roll or press it into a flat layer. Don't use your bare hands as it is super, super hot. Now, while it isn't hot, but still warm, you're going to want to take a big knife and just cut it into whichever shapes you like. Rectangles, squares, kind of rhombus shapes like I did here. And that's it. That is every single ingredient and step you need to make this gorgeous Ghanaian snack in your own kitchen. Because of their size and their texture, they make a wonderful kind of light dessert after a big meal. They make for a good snack, and I've even tried these crushed up over yogurt for breakfast, and they are truly, truly delicious. Salty and sweet. I love these, and I hope you will too. Thank you, Ghana, for gifting us with this one.